Are you frustrated by super low engagement on your Instagram Reels? If so, this is the video for you. We are going to be sharing our top 5 tips to boost your engagement and get those views that you really want on your Reels. And let's dive right in. So, tip number 1 is do not post Reels over 90 seconds. The Instagram algorithm actually limits the visibility of these really long Reels, and it's much less likely that you'll get seen, and therefore much less likely that you'll see the engagement you're looking for on super long Reels. In fact, what we see most of the time is the shorter the better. So the top performing reels are actually between 7 and 15 seconds. And something to consider here is just that the algorithm really prioritizes watch time. So if somebody doesn't watch your full video, the algorithm does not like that. So the shorter the video, the more likely that someone will watch it fully through to the end. And if it's really short, something like 7 seconds, they might even watch it twice, which really, really boosts it in the algorithm and then gets the views and engagement that you're looking for. Tip number 2 is always add subtitles or captions to your reel. You need text on screen because so many users of Instagram do not use it with the audio on. Think of people who are at work or on the bus or in a public setting where they can't listen to the audio. At least half of users are watching with no audio. So you really want to make sure you are capturing those people. And if you're not adding subtitles to your video, you are losing them instantly because they can't hear what you're saying, they can't read what you're saying, and they're scrolling away and they're certainly not engaging with your reels. So you'd want to be adding captions to every single video or at least text on screen. And our favorite way to do this is to use CapCut, but you can also use other tools like Canva. You can also use the Instagram Reels editor. There are lots of great tools that do this. And make sure when you're adding your text to consider your brand guidelines and make sure it looks cohesive as well. And one last thing to consider here is also ensure that when you're placing text on screen, you're putting it in the middle third of the video. If you put it too high on the video or too low, it can get cut off with the Instagram caption, your handle at the bottom, and the information at the top. Also, Instagram consolidates these reels into different sizes depending on people's, the size of their phone or how they're viewing it, maybe in the explore page and different things like that. So you just want to make sure you're putting the text in the middle third of the screen so that it can be viewed by everybody in all formats. Tip number 3 is to hook viewers in the first 1 to 3 seconds of your video. This is actually the most important part of your reel, the first 1 to 3 seconds. This is where people are deciding, am I going to stop and watch what this person has to say, or am I going to keep scrolling? So you want to have a really strong hook. This can be either a visual hook, like a zoom in or some kind of video effect, or it can be, a language hook, like, are you really frustrated with low engagement on your reels? Something that shows people the value that you're going to give in the reel and makes them want to continue and watch more. If you're doing a reel that's more kind of video focused, you're going to want to put your best clip at the very beginning because this is the most important part where you're really hooking the viewer and grabbing their attention so that they want to watch the full reel. And then once you have their attention in the first 1 to 3 seconds, you're just going to use the rest of the time in your reel to do your thing. So tell your story, make it engaging, add value, entertain, however you're going to give back to your audience and serve them. Use the rest of the time to do that, but make sure you are hooking them at the beginning so you don't lose them before you've even got started. Tip number 4 is do not ghost comments. This can be so tempting because we're so busy as entrepreneurs and we're so focused on content creation. But when people are commenting on your reel, even if it's just a couple people at the beginning, engage back with them. It sparks a conversation, it shows other people that you're responding to comments, and it just helps with the algorithm and your engagement in general to be commenting back to people. So as people are leaving comments on your reels, make sure you are writing back to them with thoughtful, engaging responses and liking their comments as well. Tip number 5 is to take advantage of trial reels. Trial reels are a feature on Instagram where you can put a reel out and it won't actually be shown to any of your followers. It will only be shown to people who aren't following you as a trial to see how it might perform without inundating your followers with it at the beginning. So essentially, you post your reel as a trial reel, it gets shown to new audiences, and then after 72 hours, you can, with one tap of a button, depending on how it's performing, share it to your followers, or you can opt not to and keep it off your feed. This is such a great feature to do some experimentation, to test out some new ideas, see what's going to resonate with fresh audiences, and really just experiment without putting your audience at risk of having to see a bunch of, things that you're trying out and testing out. It's really, really cool. And it's a great new feature that we should definitely be taking advantage of to see what's going to actually grow our account and move the needle without having to inundate our followers with a bunch of posts that are experiments. And a bonus tip here at the end is collaborate. Instagram has given us this beautiful feature where we can do collab reels. So these are an amazing way to not only grow your audience, but to get that engagement you're really looking for on your reels. And in this tip, you just want to ensure that you're selective and intentional about who you're partnering with. So make sure to collaborate with people who have a similar audience, a similar ideal client or demographic, and people who have either a similar audience size to you or larger, and hopefully an engaged audience as well. But partnerships and collabs that are intentional and make sense are a great way to increase engagement on your reels. And those are all the tips for today. Be sure to drop a comment below if you have any questions, or if you try any of these strategies, let us know how it goes. We cannot wait to hear. And if you want more tips and coaching like this, you can find it in the Social Business Club, our membership for entrepreneurs who are doing social on their own, where we have an amazing community. We do live coaching and we have templates and trending sounds and all kinds of fun stuff. And if you'd like to join us there, you can try your first month for $1 using code YouTube. See you there.